Hey everyone, it's Joe Beethoven, and I'm back, everybody. Yes, I know it's been a while, but honestly, the Christmas season is kind of a busy time of year for me and my family. We have a lot going on near the end of the year, so I just haven't had as much time to upload. But the year is over, it's a brand new one, Happy New Year, and it's time to get back to work. And I thought a good way to start the year would be to finally get to you my masterful thoughts on Halo Infinite. I mean, I've been working on this for a while. I know I said it would happen a while ago, but it's finally time. We've made it to the end of this journey with Halo Infinite, and spoiler alert, yes, this journey was worth it. So here we go. Let's dive right in. Here are Joe Beethoven's masterful thoughts on Halo Infinite. Now, for starters, if you've watched my previous video about Halo Infinite, you know that, yeah, this is actually the first Halo game I've played all the way through, which is kind of weird, as it is the newest one, but hey, you just gotta deal with it. That's how it is. I don't have the lore, history, background of the Halo universe. I'm not that kind of fan yet. I have watched my brothers playing a lot of the older ones recently on the Xbox, but I haven't played a full one yet. So Halo Infinite really is sort of my introduction to this series, really, which is kind of an exaggeration because I have some info, but I've never actually played one before. So here we go, a complete noob's thoughts on Halo Infinite. And I think a good place to start is with the story. Alright, so basic setup. Master Chief is on the UNSC Infinite, gets in a fight with this guy Atriox and the Banished. A really amazing fight, mind you. Crazy cinematic, loved it. Loses this fight. The UNSC is defeated by Atriox and his group called the Banished, and the Chief is left out in the void of space for 6 months, I think, which is pretty crazy. Luckily, his suit is like the ultimate suit. He's like Buzz Lightyear and Iron Man and Batman. His suit is unbeatable, pretty much. The Chief is picked up by Echo 216, a man who was also lost in space during the battle and can't get home to his family, and then the two of them team up and recover what the Chief calls the weapon, which is essentially Chief's new Cortana, if you will. If you followed the events of the previous games, you know that stuff with Cortana didn't exactly work out in the more recent entries in the Halo series. So, now that they're a trio, they land on this Halo ring with the intention of defeating the Banished and preventing them from firing the ring. So, you know, you're pretty standard Halo setup here. So, I'm not giving away any spoilers. That's the basic setup. Like I said, that's the premise. And it leads to some truly wonderful character moments, epic battles. It's a really good story, honestly. Even for someone who's mostly new to this franchise and to this universe, I really felt connected to this narrative. I love the Chief. From what I've seen, he's talking a lot more than usual, and his character is developed in multiple scenes with Echo 216 and the weapon. It's so well done. Echo 216, he starts off as kind of a whiner, but once you realize his background, once you learn everything about him, he starts to develop as a character, and you really realize that the two of them work well together. And the weapon is kind of the same thing. I found her too perky at first, but once they start to really bond, the Chief and her, like he used to bond with Cortana, the game really starts to feel alive. The cast is dynamic. Even the villains really add to this story. The characters are very well drawn, and I really enjoyed all of them. And the mission structure is very free, so the story probably isn't as cinematic as previous Halo games, but when it is, it really is effective. The music is swelling and epic. There are really incredibly visceral battle scenes, great boss fights that really add to the narrative. The boss fights really build on each other into the climax of the game, really makes you feel the arc of the story. It's very well done. But even though I really enjoyed the story, I do think due to the looser structure of the game, it's not as cinematic as previous Halo games, as I said before, and that's kind of to its detriment. There aren't as many really awesome moments. The opening is incredible, and there are moments kind of spread throughout the game, but it's a lot of walking and a lot of reused Forerunner base environments, whatever you want to call them. It's a lot of black, silvery walls, pillars, you know, and a lot of them are reused. I've been to the same place multiple times in this game, and that's not the biggest problem or anything like that. I just think it makes it feel smaller in scope than the open world would have you believe. But, like I said, still very effective character moments, great storytelling. Every moment builds off the previous one to a really genuinely satisfying climax for the game. And all the characters have complete arcs. Some aspects of the storytelling, like I said, they kind of feel a little too loose, and as a result, they aren't as epic as they could have been, but overall, it is a very effective tale about Master Chief versus the world, and from what I've seen and played, that's what Halo is all about, or at least it's what it should be all about. So the story in Halo Infinite is great. I just think that if they had maybe made it a little more structured at points, there could have been cooler moments. Now, we come to the thing that Halo is really known for, which is the incredible first-person shooter gameplay. And this game lives up to the hype, guys. It lives up to the Halo name. It is flawless first-person shooting gameplay. Like, honestly, it's pitch perfect. I enjoyed every single combat scenario, even the ones where I died a few times. I saw them as puzzles, where I could refine my strategy and figure out the best way to tackle the bandage, tackle their bases, tackle their FOBs. Everything about it is so free. The combat scenarios, they can be completely planned out by you. You can go in by yourself. You could try and sneak up on people. You could grab a Jeep and fill it with Marines and just drive in. You could grab a Wasp and fly in. You could grab a tank and drive in. There are just way too many options, and it's so much fun. You feel truly free to do whatever you want. The shooting feels perfect. The grappling hook is an amazing mechanic. The more you upgrade it, the better it is, and the more fun I had with it. I could not get enough of grappling onto things, grabbing energy cores and tossing them at people. There are so many guns to try, and as you get more valor by completing different activities, you unlock more gear, more weapons, more soldiers, more vehicles. The game's progression system is awesome. And over time, it reveals all these options to you that you can make use of however you want. Halo Infinite's gameplay is flawless. I have none flaws with it. The open world structure is also really cool, which is, I know it's a first for the series. You really feel like you could go anywhere pretty much right away. Yes, there are limitations until you get a flying vehicle, but with the grappling hook, with the different cars you can find, the world feels really like it's yours. You can climb anything. You can drive anywhere. It just feels like you're in this ring, and it's yours to explore at your own pace, pretty much however you want. I did my best to find as many collectibles as possible. I just missed some audio logs, but I found all the skulls, all the Spartan cores, all the Mjolnir armor upgrades. It was so much fun collecting all these things. And it's really helpful, too. The skulls can be beneficial or just fun. The armor upgrades, the Spartan cores, they allow you to upgrade your grappling hook, your shield, your defense barrier, your thrusters. The system of upgrades is pretty simple. You just collect enough Spartan cores and you get the next point, but it really does feel powerful. None of the upgrades feel useless. You feel stronger and more effective with each upgrade you get. I enjoyed exploring this world. I enjoyed capturing FOBs, taking down fortresses, fighting the banished on every front. It was awesome. This game's gameplay is really engaging. From beginning to end, I wanted to keep playing this game. I almost couldn't stop collecting everything. I finally managed to stop myself before I went out and tried to find all of the missing audio logs so I could actually finish the game, which was the right call, because if I had kept going, I probably wouldn't be making this video right now. But it was a worthwhile journey all the way through. I love this game. It is so much fun to play. It is Halo through and through. And if you're a fan or you're a newbie like me, you will enjoy playing this game. Even though the open world structure might take a bit of getting used to for longtime fans, it is a lot of fun. Now, in terms of graphics, the game is overall very beautiful, but everything kind of looks the same. It's all foresty. There's no variety in the areas you visit on the ring. And there's a lot of texture pop in, but that could just be because I'm on an Xbox Series S, which I know is not the best next-gen console, but it comes up a lot. Overall, though, the game still looks fantastic. The Chief looks perfect. Environments are spacious and still look quite beautiful, but I feel like since this was their first foray into open world, there are ways that they can improve upon it, and I hope they do improve upon it if they stick with this game at DLC. Maybe we could see new areas, maybe different climates, I don't know. Just a little more variety would be cool. So what's the verdict? Halo Infinite is an awesome game. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. It is so much fun, even for a complete noob like myself. The story is engaging, emotional, and really epic, absolutely, but I feel like it could have been a little more cinematic in areas, but the characters are what carry you through the story, and the game has enough epic moments for it to still be very satisfying. On the gameplay side of things, it is perfect. I got no complaints. It is just way too much fun, and graphically, it still looks beautiful. Even though, yes, there's a lot of texture pop in. And of course, the classic Halo score. I can never get enough of it. I've heard it so many times at this point with my brothers playing it, with me playing this game. It's the best video game music, pretty much. It is incredible. So, overall, Halo Infinite is definitely a 9 from me. It is an amazing game. I enjoyed it so much. I highly recommend it to newbies and fans alike. Don't miss out on Halo Infinite. The Chief is back, and I am all for it. I can't wait to see what they do next with this game. All right, that was video review number 9, and I'm back. I'm so glad that I'm back. I salute the Chief for getting me back on the review making train. It's actually, I've made a bunch of videos, but even before I went on Christmas break, if you will, it actually had been a while since I've done a review, so I'm glad to be back to doing this. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment below if there's anything you want to talk about. If you want to talk about this game, any other Halo game, you can rank the Halo games for me. Tell me what you want to see me review next. I want to hear all about it. Let's continue on this journey together. I'm still working on my Alan Wake project. I don't know if that's going to be next week, but something will be coming out a lot more consistently now. I'll let you know what it's going to be. We'll see what happens next. It could be anything. There's a lot of stuff to do together. And I've actually started replaying Knights of the Old Republic just for fun on my Xbox, so maybe I'll review that just for the heck of it. Who knows? All right, that's all for now. God bless you guys. I'll catchphrase you later. And this is my mantra. Alan Wake 2 is coming. Bye.